So, you have a new Star Wars show for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's gonna be about this badass space bounty hunter in Mandalorian armor dealing with bad guys. Okay, we already have that show.
We've got that already.
No, that's true, but this one would be about Boba Fett. Oh, people love that character and that thing he did in the original trilogy where he was, briefly in it. Oh, yeah. It was like an origin story or something, because he fell into a Sarlacc pit and died. Oh, well, no, actually, see, he didn't die. At the beginning of this, we find out he survived. Wow, how'd he get out of the Sarlacc pit? By getting out of it. That makes sense, actually. That was a good strategy on his part. Yeah, so it seems like his armor helped him survive, but then some Jawas steal it from him and leave him for dead. Friggin' Jawas. And then he gets picked up by some Tusken Raiders. Friggin' Tusken Raiders. No, he actually ends up becoming friends with them. Oh, he does. Yeah, so see, the show's actually gonna follow Boba Fett in his new role as a crime boss on Tatooine, right? Right. But whenever he takes a dip in a Bacta tank, we're gonna see flashback dreams and nightmares and stuff of him bonding with the Tuskens. Oh, watching an older man have nightmares while bathing is tight. Okay. And so what kind of important stuff are we learning from these flashbacks? A little baby lizard latched onto his brain stem, and so he walked around and got a cool branch and made it into a pointy stick with his new friends. Oh. All right, so now he's got a pointy stick and he's learned the value of friendship or something. Anyway, all his friends die. Oh my God. We're also gonna flash back to when he saved Fennec Shan's life and asked for her help. Help to do what? To go back inside the Sarlacc pit to get his armor. He wants his armor back. And you say he crawled out of the Sarlacc pit with his armor in the first episode? Oh yeah, whoops, whoopsie. So anyway, they become friends and go to become crime bosses on Tatooine. What kind of crimes are they gonna do? Not a single one. Oh, okay. Yeah, they mostly walk around town trying to get people to respect them, but nobody does because there's like 4 of them. Right. Yeah, that's a pretty tiny crime boss team. Yeah. But at a certain point, they're gonna hire this young gang of cool-looking cyborgs. And what's their deal? Well, they look like they're from Back to the Future too, and they have these very colorful Vespa scooter things. It doesn't feel like it fits with the vibe or look of Tatooine at all. Yeah, but counterpoint, colors are fun to look at. I like to look at them. That is a good point. I like purple. So they're gonna have this big old chase scene with the mayor's assistant. It's gonna be super slow-paced. Very exciting. Wait, did you say slow-paced? And they find out the mayor's working with these bad guys called the Pikes. Uh-oh. Yeah, so there's a war coming to town. Oh boy. Anyway, so then Mando's gonna be trying to use that darksaber he has, but he's not super good at it.
Anyway.
Mando? Yeah, Din Djarin, played by Pedro Pascal. So anyway, he's gonna be, hold on, that's a different show. That's The Mandalorian. Yeah, well, see, I was getting kind of bored, and I really like The Mandalorian, so I figure we do a couple episodes of that show. Where's Boba Fett gonna be? Yeah, it doesn't matter, he'll be off screen doing something or other. What's the show called again? The Book of Boba Fett. But he's not in several of the episodes. Yeah, no, he's Baby Yoda will be though. Oh, my little green money baby. And freaking Luke Skywalker too, who sometimes looks like a real person. Nice. Anyway, so we're gonna spend a solid 20 minutes on Mando putting together a new ship. Why? Because he needs a new ship. Right. All right. And then Luke's gonna give Baby Yoda a choice, either continue your Jedi training with me or go back with the Mandalorian. What does he choose? Well, he chooses to go back with Mando because he likes him a lot. So the whole main storyline of the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, trying to get this Baby Yoda to a Jedi, that's just kind of undone in 2 episodes of a different show. Yes, well, okay then. So then finally Mando joins Boba Fett and it's time for war against the Pikes. Oh boy. So Boba Fett is like, well, I guess we could go set up in this bunker type thing that I have, but then one of the cyborg kids is like, no, we're gonna stand up and fight right here in the busy part of town where all the people are. That doesn't make any sense. So Boba Fett's like, yeah, okay, that sounds good. It doesn't though. Yeah, well, that's gonna be kind of a recurring thing in this show. Boba Fett's gonna order people to do stuff and they're gonna be like, no, and he's gonna be like, okay, really? Yeah, so then there's this big old war on the streets of Tatooine. Oh, wow. And one of the cyborg kids gonna do a little spin move before shooting. It's gonna look very cool, possibly.
So
when you do that. But maybe it'll look cool. It might. I don't know. What tactical advantage does doing a little spin give him? Well, now he'll be, I don't know, dizzy, I guess, before aiming. Listen, sir, he's gonna do a spin move, all right? I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about it. Oh, okay, let me get off of that little
happen.
Thing of yours. And then there are gonna be these big droids with massive shields, and they start firing all over the place. Uh-oh. And everybody's shooting at these shields, but they're impenetrable. So why bother shooting? Unclear. And so Boba Fett is like, these droids are gonna destroy the city if we don't stop them. Yeah, man, well, it sounds like that's gonna be hard to do. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, he goes to get this big old Rancor that he knows and learned how to ride off screen, and this thing starts destroying the city. I guess that's helpful. And with the help of the Rancor, they get those freaking shields down. So now everybody can fire on the droids. Yeah, but no, they're gonna stop shooting the droids at this point now that the shields are down. What? Why? Unclear. And so then Boba Fett's gonna have a big showdown with Cad Bane. Wait, who's Cad Bane? Oh, he's like the big bad guy of the show. We're gonna introduce him in like the before to last episode. I feel like if you want this showdown to have any weight, you should maybe introduce him earlier and spend some time building up this rivalry of theirs. Well, fans of the Clone Wars know this is a pretty big deal. What about other people? No. There's not really time for it, sir. But we're gonna spend 2 episodes with the Mandalorian. Yeah, and 20 minutes of one of those episodes is him building a ship that he wants. Okay, but maybe we cut down a little on that stuff and spend more time building up the protagonist and the antagonist. No. Oh, okay. And so Boba Fett wins, and now he's a good guy with a heart of gold. That's all right. That's not really Boba Fett's deal. Just an old softy who has dreams in his bathtub and goes around town suggesting things and then just doing whatever the other person wants to do. All right. So what do you think? Well, listen, I think it sounds like some content for sure. It is, yeah. And I mean, if we have the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda in the finale, I don't see how people could not like it.
Okay.
He was the best part of the holiday special, which isn't saying much. But ever since Boba Fett stood around looking cool, fans wanted to know more. And as we all know, learning more about a Star Wars character only makes them cooler. Yep, cooler.
I'm on. Solo.
Super duper cool.
Super My name is Anakin.
The Book of Boba Fett. You remember him as the mysterious bounty hunter with just 4 lines in the original trilogy. And that was probably enough, because now fans are getting the show they dreamed of, and then it's literally full of naps.
Literally.
As Boba fulfills his destiny and becomes a fleshy ball that floats in milky water. And when you're not watching an old man take a bath or talking about taking one,
I owe you a nice long soak in the back to take when this is done.
You'll drift off to sleep during one of his many soaks, because as it turns out, Boba Fett has to think about his whole life before he becomes Clone. Flashback to that time Boba went out like an absolute chump and solved the mystery of how he survived the Sarlacc pit. He crawled out.
That's it.
Oh. Then fill in the blanks of an entire lifetime of failure and beatdowns. From Tuskens to Wookiees. To really just whoever. As this bumbling oaf gets his friends killed, takes revenge on the wrong people.
The one that massacred your Tusken family and blamed it on a speed bike gang.
And fights to protect a city that also would have killed his saviors if they had the chance. Don't worry, he fails at that too. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Just Boba Fett protecting your homes and places of business. Don't forget to tip your dime, yo. Thrill as Boba replaces all his dead friends with new ones who have no choice but to hang out with him. Like Fennec Shan, a cool assassin he has to guilt and bribe into joining his crew.
I saved your life.
2 body hogs who have to be his friend or die.
Would you be loyal to me if I were to spare you?
And this badass street gang of... these badass kids. I'm sorry.
You can't do it.
Vespas? I can't. I can't take them seriously. So by now, if you're thinking this blows, can we watch something else? Disney is way ahead of you as the show hard pivots into The Mandalorian. Phew. Catch up with Mando, chopping up bounties with a lightsaber, even though he doesn't meet the stat requirements.
It gets heavier with each move.
Tricks out his sweet new hot rod.
Did you used to fly a Razor Crest?
And makes tiny Whittle shirts for his Whittle bitty beanie baby. Aww. Then aw even more at the return of Baby Yoda, who's still so cute. He offsets the bad vibes coming from Luke Deepfaker.
A short time for you is a lifetime for someone else.
Ugh. And sure, Grogu and Din, they're on their missions and character arcs to help out Boba. But desperate times call for desperate measures. And whoo boy, does this show need reinforcements.
No one respects you
Okay, Ahsoka, you're up earlier than we thought. Cat Bane, get your blue ass in here. All hands on deck, people. It's an after-school special down there. This is a Dexter Jetster level emergency.
Thank you. Manners. I like it.
We're too late. Abort. Get to learn so much more and understand so much less about Tatooine, a planet Luke once assured us was very boring. But since there's a wild metropolis full of spaceports, casinos, and teenage cyborgs
like,
5 minutes from Beggar's Canyon,
Beggar's Canyon.
now it just seems like Luke wanted to join the Empire.
I want to transmit my application to the Academy this year.
It's here in the most remote corner of the center of the galaxy where Boba will become the daimyo, a mob boss like Jabba the Hutt. Except this crime lord won't accept protection money.
I ask for no tribute.
Or kill people.
Shall I kill him?
No,
Or rough them up.
I do not torture.
Or steal things.
We stole it.
That's a crime.
Or demand a meeting.
That was a bit heavy-handed, don't you think?
Do you want the appointment or not?
And he definitely says no to drugs.
There's a lot of credits to be made from that orange powder.
Spice is killing our people.
Even though he had his whole life changed from chasing brain dust with a nose lizard. You know, I'm starting to think a crime story on a children's network was a bad idea.
I went to the stock market today. I did a business.
So break out your slang protocol droid.
Oh, he's singing like a Yuzum.
There's a gunk skunk, Jack.
If that's not the quack-to calling the stifling slimy.
And slip into a nice warm bath until we get a proper third season of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Because this show is 50% dramatic entrance.
Here we go. That was a good one, though. Yep. I mean, we all knew that was coming. That wasn't a surprise.
Oh! What an entrance!
And that other 50%, you guessed it, space meetings.
Do you have an appointment?
Oh, God. The music.
Seeks an audience with you.
Do they have an appointment?
Please come in and have a seat.
I'll arrange a meeting with the mayor.
I want to have a meeting.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial.
There was a lot of these.
Starring. Stop trying to make Fett happen. I like Shan. She's soft and smooth and helpful. She kills everyone. Viper Groundhog Day. That's where you know this guy from. We gave a Wookiee brass knuckles and got him drunk. You'll totally believe what happened next.
That's
Princess
supposed to happen.
Vespa. iRobot.
Oh,
That'll
God.
do, pigs. That'll do. I whip my tails back and forth. I flip my tails back and forth. What beat boobs in the shadows? My child is an honor student at Skywalker Jedi Academy. The Dropout. You don't have to be lonely at jawasonly.com. Timothy Oliphant. Timothy Elephant. Cad Bod.
Machete in space!
And twins.
I find your smoothed out face disturbing.
And if you want to be a badass, you got to learn to fight with a stick.
Oh, jeez. Ouch.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Oh my
There's
God.
nothing now, but will someday be a great school. Grogu will be its first student.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
Angela, will you marry Scott? There's
Did she
no
say
wrong
yes?
time to rock. I'm not wearing hockey pads. Hello, I'm Epic Voice Guy, and welcome to Jackass. See you next week. Same honest time.
Same honest
channel.
All right, I feel kind of bad. I did not watch the honest trailer like I thought I did. I thought I already did the honest trailer. Maybe I was waiting to see if Ryan would do the pitch meeting for this one, but I could have sworn I watched the honest trailer for this, and if I didn't, yeah, no, this is all new. That was good though. Both were great. The pitch meeting was fantastic. The honest trailer was very, very funny. So both for me are top tier. Not top tier for their class as far as honest trailer and pitch meeting, but just for this show, very great. I'm surprised the honest trailer didn't speak to the, turn shot that the one cyborg guy does that just made no sense. There was like so much on Twitter about that and just all over social media, like, what was the point? Why were you doing that move? He should have died. Somebody should have shot him while he was doing that. It was just so stupid. I'm not going to go over all my thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett season 1. I've done that already up here. You can watch my review. If they do a season 2, I'll watch it, but I'm not really hyped for it. This show was great when Mando showed up in episode 5. In episode 5, 6 were great, and then 7 was okay. Considering everything you have building up to that chapter or episode, I thought it would be so much better. And it was just kind of like, I mean, it paid off most of the things that it was setting up, but it just felt hollow overall when it came to what I was wanting from the show. And also from Boba Fett. He was just very lackluster in this show. And then there was a lot of meetings like the honest trailer does, a lot of setups as far as like characters coming together. It was just very boring. Mando does it well. Season 2 was definitely an improvement over season 1. Season 1 was great. Season 2 was really good, especially that episode 8. Was that episode 8 or episode 6? I can't remember. But whenever Luke Skywalker shows up, spoiler alert, that was fantastic. I thought he looked much better here in this show than he does in the last episode of season 2 for Mando. That looked awful to me. He looks much better here. I liked it. It worked. You can see they're improving it. So that's all I can ask for. What are your thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett? We talked about it a little bit in my review. You can check that out again if you haven't already. See my thoughts, full thoughts on that show. But let me know your thoughts on the show, and also which one do you pick between this? The pitch meeting or the honest trailer? Which one do you go with? I think because the pitch meeting talks about the turnaround shot, that might have to get the win for me on this one. So let me know your thoughts and which one you give the win to, honest trailers or pitch meeting. As always, members, subscribers, watchers, thanks so much for watching. However you support the channel, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you guys as always on the next video. Take care.